Hello, my name is Rickard, Service Manager of Promarks, and as you can tell, today we're in my kitchen. So we've got a lot of special things today we want to go over and talk about, and one being in my kitchen here, and this here IntroVac 310 vacuum packaging machine. We're going to be talking a lot about that, and primarily the reason we're here in my kitchen is because there's a lot of you out there that are meal prepping, and we are big meal preppers. We don't have a lot of time during the week. We have things going on every day of the week. When we get home, it's run around, and I know a lot of you are taking your kids to baseball practice and running around, and there's just almost no time to be cooking big meals during the middle of the week. So I know you're prepping a lot, and to prep, it requires buying in bulk a lot of times, and buying in bulk for a lot of people is not practical because they have to preserve that food, or they have to find a way to portion it and to be able to distribute it through the meals. So what we do is we buy everything in bulk, like we go to the big warehouse, Costco, Sam's Club stores, buy everything in bulk, and we break it down and we freeze it. And I have 2 freezers in my garage and 1 in the fridge here, so got plenty of freezer space, but we need it. We have to have it. There's no way around it. And there's no way around the prepping that we have to do to get through the week with the amount of time we have. We really have a limited amount of time. So prepping our breakfasts, prepping our lunches and dinners, all 3 meals all week long, we get everything ready. So today's Saturday and tomorrow's Sunday, I will be spending, including my wife, will be spending quite a bit of time in the kitchen here and getting meals ready. So during the week, like I said, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we're not in the kitchen cooking. We've got meals ready to go. So a lot of you may be interested in that and want to know how that's possible and how you can do it. So what we're going to do here today is we're going to show you how we do it and what we do to prep it and how we vacuum pack, and you're going to see that too. And we're going to do quite a few other things. Some actually really neat things we're going to do also. We're going to talk about sous vide cooking also. So get ready, and we're going to go through a lot of these things. Real quick, I want to talk about vacuum packing and the importance of it, and the reasoning why I suggest that you definitely look into getting an IntroVac 310 vacuum packaging machine. And number one, this is a commercial vacuum packaging machine. This is not one of those cheap machines that you're buying online that you can't fix, you can't repair them, you can't get parts, or can't get service, can't get any support for them. You end up throwing them away and frustrated with them. This is a machine you have for years. This is a high quality stainless steel commercial vacuum packaging machine. And this one right here, you would think that maybe you can't afford a machine like that, but you'd be wrong. A machine like this runs right around $1,500. And some of you might think, oh, that's really expensive. But realistically, the way times are right now with food costs, this machine pays for itself. It really does. With buying bulk, which we have to do, we go to buy 40-pound cases of chicken and blocks of cheese that we grate ourselves, and everything that we buy in like bacon and things like that we buy in 20 and 30-pound cases, and we portion it and we freeze it and we separate it, and that's the only way we can get the price down. The price per pound drops dramatically when you're buying in bulk, and that's the way we save it, and that's the way we pay for a machine like this. So I highly recommend you look into and give us a call. If you have any questions, look into getting a machine like this. Like I said, this is a commercial vacuum packaging machine. It's not one of those machines that sits on the counter that you can only get bags from one supplier and the only ones that work, and they're very expensive, and you just get frustrated with these machines. That's not the case with this machine. These machines basically last as long as you take care of them. They can last for many, many, many years. So with that said, I also want to talk about what it actually does. And what it does is it takes all the air out of the bag, it seals the bag after that, and it preserves the food. And at the same time, if you're going to marinate, you put your marinade, your flavoring seasonings inside there, and that's what we did with the sous vide. And it pulls a vacuum on it, right? Well, when you do that, you pull a vacuum on it, you literally cause the tissue of the meat, and in this case the chicken breast, to expand, and it stretches. And when it does that under a vacuum, it lets all the marinade, the flavorings, the seasonings get deep into the tissue of the meat, and that happens really quickly. In fact, 30 minutes to an hour later, you have a fully marinated meat that used to take 24-hour soak in the refrigerator in the past. But nowadays, commercial meat companies are all vacuum packaging everything. And that's how they do quick marinate, and they do it in a machine just like this, but much bigger size. But still, it's the same theory here on vacuum packaging. So I highly suggest that you consider this. We also take cheese, and you can take cheese in a block and buy it and get it much cheaper. Cut it down and reseal it, and grind it, you know, shred up what you want to use and reseal it, you know, and put it back in the fridge, and it'll last you much longer, having all the air there, rather than putting it in the fridge with all the air attacking it and letting mold get to it. So taking that air out is what's going to preserve the shelf life on the product too. So I highly want you to consider that, those facts, that of longevity of your life of the product, and also the enhancement that it does to the meat and the flavorings that it adds to it. So in those cases, and like I said, I've had chicken in my freezer for 2 years. I've taken it out, and it tastes like I just packed it up yesterday. It has absolutely no effect whatsoever on the texture of the product. It tastes great. It really does. So don't be afraid of vacuum packaging. Actually embrace it. It is definitely an advantage, and it'll save you a lot of money.